What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. In today's video, we've got another exciting shoutcast. One of my patron members hit Legend for the first time with an awesome triple Shadow Team, Quagsire, Venusaur, Alolan Sandslash, and yes, I'm going to talk about it. Underneath me here, you've got, they look like ads. I actually took a really cool little idea I had and I put it down there, so you're going to get all the little things that I normally spiel about in the middle of the video, and they're all just going to be in that box. Now, I had to get rid of my now playing on Spotify, which makes me kind of sad. So let me know in the comments if you guys find anywhere in this overlay that I can maybe squeeze it in without it being too small. But with that being said, thank you, MikeDaniel, for the submission in the battles here. We're going to get right into these games and see just how strong this team is as it climbs them up to Legend in the Catch Cup in the season of Hidden Gems. Got the first lead against a Vigoroth, pretty neutral, but you can't switch out because of Sandslash. So we stay in as you would expect, just to make sure that we don't have a chance of getting that Sandslash lined up against it later. Mud Bomb does do a pretty significant amount of damage. After those Mud Shots does about half, but Vigoroth does win CMP against Quagsire. So it's going to get a Body Slam off, but is going to have to be forced to make a decision here. Is it going to shield, or is it going to let this go and lose the lead? The opponent puts up the first shield, and I think you might be able to get there. No, just barely doesn't make the next Mud Bomb, but this is okay because now Venusaur can come in and get a pretty good farm here. Due to that shadow bonus, those Vine Whips are doing a little bit extra damage, so one shield should be good. You can tank one, get a huge farm on the Venusaur, and honestly, I don't care what comes in next. Frenzy Plants and Sludge Bombs are going to hurt, but the opponent has one more Body Slam loaded, so the final Protect Shield from MikeDaniel's got to come out to protect that Venusaur and all that energy, and let's see what the opponent comes in with. They're thinking about it. It's a Medicham. The opponent is running an ABA or AAA. I don't know what the third Pokemon is yet, but they're running Counter. So this could be good or it could be bad for that poor little Sandslash here, so we're going to see what the opponent decides to do. The Medicham would go down to this, so the opponent decides to shield up, and we're going to go for another farm down. The opponent's Medicham is going to be forced to throw a charge move. Also, trying around some new mic locations, so just let me know also in the comments how those are working out. Trying to minimize the echo in this darn room. Oh, they have a Wigglytuff in the back. That's it. Alolan Sandslash just feasts. If this does over half the remaining HP of this Jigglypuff, or the Wigglytuff, which it will, opponent's going to concede, and that's going to be a good game. Very well played. Getting into the next game here, and this was two sets as per usual. Oh, this is a good one. So this whole team has a lot of play into G-Fisk, which is really nice. So Medicham is the safe swap for the opponent, but we're staying in with the Quagsire because you have another answer, and potentially two answers, honestly, to the G-Fisk and back. So you're probably looking to put the Venusaur on it. And Quagsire is just going to stay in, hits little energy lead here. It got one turn's worth of energy. It's just going to, you pretty just let this go, right? You just load up on energy on something. Oh, they have. Oh, the opponent hopefully knows that was not the time to throw the power-up punch. Now I think you just, yeah. So we're going to let it go. The Psychic comes through, a popped-up Psychic, but Venusaur gets the farm down, and now the opponent's going to have to make a decision. They come in with a Tropius, which normally is a bad omen here for the Venusaur, but with an energy lead, it gets to that Sludge Bomb much quicker than the opponent can get to their Aerial Ace. And now the Powder Snow Alolan Sandslash is going to come in and force the opponent to swap out. Looking like an easy good game here. A shield advantage plus this Alolan Sandslash, honestly, is just going to go to town. You can just throw the Ice Punches now. You don't even have to go for the drill runs. Excuse me, because it's within range of those Ice Punches KOing, and all you honestly have to do here is get a shield advantage and or get enough energy on that Venusaur or farm down the G-Fisk. I mean, I'm certainly okay with either here, to be honest, but I think the opponent might have 3 Rock Slides ready to go here, so they may be looking to throw 3 Rock Slides here. If they're not going to get farmed down. A little bit of a greedy overfarm, maybe miscounting, or purposely looking to tank this Rock Slide. He's taking the Rock Slide. He knows all day he's going to take it. Never mind. Who am I to question this trainer running his way to Legend for the first time? And if I know I didn't say it earlier, but huge congratulations. This is a huge first time Legend is amazing, and I'm not going to plug myself because that's what the little box down there is for, but every single season in my group, I get multiple trainers that are hitting personal best, first time Legend, first time expert, first time everything. And it's just so wonderful to see that happen. So Opponent's got a Gliscor lead. This is kind of dangerous, right? Because the Gliscor hurts everything, right? It can hit the Venusaur, and the Sand Slash is the preferred thing to go for here, but I think you just force the opponent to play the baiting game. They go straight for the Earthquake. That's going to take out the Quagsire. And we love to see it. The Alolan Sand Slash comes in to farm down the Gliscor, and we know that this is not an Earthquake, so there's no shield coming up here. And the opponent's going to have to make a decision on what they're going to bring in next. Let's see what Pokemon they decide to bring into the Alolan Sand Slash. They're running an ABA ground solution here. No, that was Double Grunt. I forgot. There was a Tentacruel in the lead. So, Ice Punch caught by the opponent. Very nice catch by this opponent here. But Venusaur here is a very dangerous answer because the opponent has to shield these, and MikeDaniel could easily just say, you know what, I'm going to call this as an Acid Spray, and then decide, not going to shield this. Save the shield for the Alolan Sand Slash, and I think that's the play, and that's exactly what he does. He called the Sludge Wave, though, comes right back and hits him where it hurts. But with a shield advantage, the double resisted poison jabs will not be adding up quick enough to make a difference here, knowing that the opponent has a Palo Sand in the back, which is extremely spicy, mind you. But they have Sand Tomb, and the opponent is not going to be able to get the 2 Sand Tombs before this alone, 3 Sand Tombs rather, and they just quit. They know it's over. So well played. Interesting team. Tentacruel double ground. Interesting team. Got a Noctowl in the lead in the next game. Another really awkward one you can't really swap out of, but we've got Stone Edges to hurt the Noctowl. Now the opponent goes for a Sky Attack before the Quagsire can even get to the Stone Edge, forcing some early chip damage here. The Quagsire, oh, that is painful, man. Overloading on energy and then gets a Stone Edge caught and then stays into chip with the Mud Bomb here. Now, I like this play a little bit. You do know that, let me know if coming up here is messing with the sound because I'm trying to figure out this mic. Anyway, coming in with the they're coming in with the Venusaur against the Medicham, looking for a nice farm down here once again. You know how powerful and just terrifying this Venusaur can be with energy. Even though it's against the Noctowl is going to come back in, those Sludge Bombs are going to do some damage. Now, you're going to have to just hope here that the Sand Slash can sweep in the back. I think that's really all you got. Unfortunate not able to get to 2 moves here. Keeping that Quagsire in the back for a potential catch for later. And then maybe if I just move back here, maybe it'd be better. Oh, we're going to stay in. Going for the Mud Bomb. I think you just come straight in with the Sand Slash here. Opponent doesn't really... Yeah, if the opponent's counting, they're going to know that that's just a Mud Bomb. Won't shield it. Definitely would have liked to see the Sand Slash come in there, but we'll see what the opponent's got in the back. And it's a Lantern, and that is not looking good. With no shields, unfortunately, Quagsire would have been much better for the end game. Venusaur obviously would have done very well here, so that is going to be a good game. It looks like unfortunately with Powder Snow, this matchup is much worse. Obviously, you trade some matchups when you have Powder Snow instead of Shadow Claw. And by having Powder Snow, you get a much better matchup into things like the Flyers, like Gliscor, especially Noctowl, and other Dark types as well. You retain that neutral damage as opposed to having Shadow Claw. But Shadow Claw helps you against these matchups against other water types like Walrein and Lantern and things like that. So it's really just a toss-up as to what coverage you like. I personally would probably have both built, or at least both ready, just in case you can adapt to the meta that you're seeing. In the next game, we have another Noctowl in the lead. This one is doing the exact same thing. It's throwing the Sky Attack right away. I'd wager that MikeDaniel here is going to be very cautious about when he throws the Stone Edge. Right after the Sky Attack goes through, he's going to throw the Stone Edge to make sure it doesn't get caught this time. A shield comes up from the opponent. Gonna reach for the next Stone Edge, but the opponent gets to a move one move before. Excellent counting by this opponent here. Also knowing that Quagsire wins CMP, I believe, against Noctowl. Now you come in with the Sand Slash, and the opponent's got a Swampert, and the Shadow Venusaur just comes in and starts farming, brother. You shield once because it's most likely an Earthquake. You have to shield the Earthquake. The opponent really just baited with a Hydro Cannon. Okay, you can get 2 Hydro Cannons off, yes. Okay, fine, fair. I will concede that. Me? I would just gone for the Earthquake, dude. That's just my crazy self. So we're going to go for the bait here with a Frenzy Plant. The opponent, hopefully not knowing that this is a bait, Gonna get that last shield. Nope, the opponent does decide to let it go, but with that, it also means that this Sludge Bomb is going to be able to do some damage here. Takes out Noctowl, and in the back, the opponent's got their Quagsire. No shielding. That was an absolute mistake, trainer, and that's a good game. Probably could have won that game, too, if they had shielded the Noctowl, I'm wondering. But anyway, Shadow Venusaur hurts so bad. All right, here we got a Dewgong in the lead. This is an awkward lead here. Everything gets threatened by some aspect of Dewgong, which is one reason why I like Dewgong so much, is that because it got that drill run, the ice ground typing is so good in coverage against every meta, because the only things that can truly resist that damage is the water bug types, being Golisopod or Araquanid. Everything else gets some sort of neutral damage, and especially when you have a moveset as quick as Icy Wind or Ice Punch and Drill Run, you don't have to worry about reaching for a nuke like Walrein used to have to do for Earthquake. You get much more accessible damage. It makes it that much more dangerous. That's one of the reasons why I like these Pokemon so much. So Dewgong is going to get a farm down here. This is pretty dangerous, and even though the Sand Slash is double resisting the ice damage, so is the Dewgong. So Venusaur is going to come in, most likely going to get that farm down here if the opponent lets them. Not looking to give them double Icy Winds. Goodness, that farm down was massive for the opponent. 2 Icy Winds is going to hurt, but still going to give that Venusaur the farm down. I think you just swap in here. Trevenant, and you've got the Lantern in the back, and because you have a shield advantage this time, this matchup is much, much better. We're going to see the Sand Slash go for this drill run here, and going for the next drill run is going to be more than enough. You want to overload on some energy here. You probably tank one move, no problem. Thunderbolt does hurt, but it's going to leave you in a point where you can just farm up energy. Just make sure that you get to that Ice Punch before the opponent's Trevenant can get to any move or farm down, but I think they're going to be able to farm down, unfortunately. It looks really close, but yeah, they're going to get that farm down, and unfortunately, Trevenant... Wait a minute. Is the Sludge Bomb going to be enough to KO a Trevenant? I got my button ready if it is. Let's go. Dude, it's a tie. You know what? I don't care. It was close enough. That was a tie. Well played. I think that was very close. I think shielding the Lantern would have been the play, because you get to the drill run before they get to a Surf again regardless. And then you had more... excuse me. You had more control over who had how much energy at that point, knowing that Trevenant needed to get to 6 for the Seed Bomb. But either way, close game, well played, and we still take a tie. Anyway, this is a pretty boring matchup, which is why I'm still talking about the last one. It's just the bulk battle here with the Dunsparce. Dunsparce does not really have a good way to win this matchup, because that drill run is the only way it's doing neutral damage. Going for a move on alignment here, not really a fan of this exactly. I would have gone for one more mud shot here to get the energy. Not that it really would have mattered, because it looks like he's looking to MikeDaniel's looking to let it go down to the Toxapex, and now you see the Sand Slash come in. Couple moves worth of energy ahead on the Toxapex's side, but not nearly enough damage to really threaten a shield this early in the matchup. So we're going to see the drill run come through from Sand Slash. No, that is enough damage to threaten a shield or do a lot of damage to the Toxapex, and then you're just looking to see what the opponent decides to go ahead and do here. So they're going to throw the Brine once again. No shielding the Brine, letting the Sand Slash get extremely low, looking to see if the opponent wants to make a catch of some kind, but it looks like they are not looking to make that not looking to take that chance. They just let the Toxapex go down, and there is a Wheezing in the back, and that is very dangerous. Now, this is going to completely depend on if the opponent has Overheat or if they're running Play Rough Brutal Swing, and we're about to find out as the CMP tie here comes up. Venusaur winning CMP. Gonna get the shield off of this here Wheezing, and I think that if you can just get that thing low enough, I think Sand Slash makes it to a drill run. So we're going to find out as the Wheezing goes for another charge move. I think you call this one because it's probably not the Overheat, and it's not, but you have to respect it. That would one-shot, and that would be a detrimental one-shot. But if you trust your Sand Slash to get to it, but the Sludge Bomb's going to come through and be enough damage, and that's a good game, well played. Getting into this next game here, we're going to have Quagsire on the lead versus some Spice in the Catch Cup. We got Oranguru on the lead on the opponent's side. Running Confusion on that Oranguru. Probably running Foul Play in either Psychic or Future Sight. So we're going to see the Mud Bomb come through. Get to these Mud Bombs so quickly. The Mud Bomb buff, honestly, did Quagsire so much as far as just getting it like through these weird matchups where it's just neutral. Having that spammy increased damage from Mud Bomb is just insane. But the Psychic almost takes out this the Quagsire, and we're gonna see the Alolan Sandslash coming here to farm down the Oranguru, and then the opponent's gonna come in with a Dedenne, and oh my goodness, this person is running the spiciest of spice, and I respect it. Except for you meta slaves out there running your catch cup teams. And there's a Lurantis in the back, and that is really just going to be a good game here. I think you honestly could just go straight for this for the frenzy plants here, but going for these sludge bombs is the safe way, because if the opponent does decide, you know what, I'm already here, you can have it, they can let the try and call baits and stuff. You just want to go straight for the sludge bombs, just because you want to be able to make sure that you're not throwing away a win in case the opponent does decide to let it go through. So I think now you just have to double shield. I don't really think you can afford not to shield this. Yep, even if it's a Leaf Blade, you saw how much damage the Leaf Blade did. You have to respect it. And at this point, you're just hoping the opponent doesn't have back-to-back. He lets the Leaf Blade go and survives, but can't get to the move. But Sandslash has plenty of HP. I don't know what I was talking about. I thought it was almost out of HP, but it's going to be plenty. It's going to shield this up. The Dedenne does not have any HP left or any legs to stand on, for that matter. You could farm it down, go for the Ice Punch. Doesn't matter. This is going to take out the Dedenne, and that is going to be a good game. Well played. Ryan Swag would be so sad. But we respect him for it. Anyway, we got Quagsire against the Carbink on the next game here. Great lead. The opponent's Carbink immediately swaps out into a Dubwool, and the Dubwool is going to get this Body Slam off. Quagsire is staying in to get some energy together here. I think the entire team is good here, and I think that's why MikeDaniel is deciding to stay in against this Dubwool, is because honestly, you don't need to swap out of this. You don't need alignment versus the Carbink. You just need to make sure that you come into that matchup later with enough shields and or energy to get an advantage against it, because you need to be able to overcome that bulk. The Body Slam is going to come through. Still not going to be enough to KO the Quagsire, but Quagsire is going to go down, and Venusaur is going to come back in to finish the Dubwool off and load up on the energy, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You can soak a Body Slam here, but the opponent is not going to want to. Okay, I respect it. I thought we were going for a farm down. I was going to say the opponent would not want to come in to this matchup with their Carbink, so instead they come in with their Medicham, and Medicham is not going to like to see this Venusaur. You have to get rid of the Medicham though. Absolutely necessary. The opponent just lets it go. I think you just shield and farm down here. Absolutely, I agree with this play here. Opponent swaps into the Carbink, and the Carbink is met with the Alolan Sandslash. Alolan Sandslash just needs to go straight Drill Run in this matchup. No reason to go for any Ice Punches or any silly baiting or anything like that. That Drill Run is going to do a lot of damage, and the opponent does not generate energy very quickly. They do have to go for a Rock Slide to take out the Sandslash. But the problem here is that it takes, I think, what is it, 12? It's 11 or 12 Rock Throws. Oh, excuse me, to get to that Rock Slide. And so this Venusaur could very well get... Ooh, I've never seen how much damage a Rock Slide is going to do. Let's see how much damage this Rock Slide does. It's almost enough. Can we farm down? No, we cannot. But the opponent is not going to be able to get through their charge move here. So we're going to have to see if this Venusaur can take out the Medicham. The Medicham just has too much HP, and unfortunately, that's going to be a good game. Well played. Getting into the next and final game here, we've got another Carbink lead. Once again, looking at... Oh, that's... Mike, if you can hear me. Mike, if you can hear me. I'm talking into the mic to you, Mike. Please destroy their soul. They're running... I have respect for the man who created Grasshole, okay? I have mad respect for Wallower. But you get this off my screen. You get it off of here right now. You obliterate their soul. You throw them into the Shadow Realm. You get this Carbink double grass team off of my screen right now, MikeDaniel. Do you hear me? I'm talking to you. Past tense and now. I don't care. Okay, so I almost guarantee that is going to be a Shadow Victory Bell in the back. And look at that. It's almost like I knew what this team was. Shadow Vic in the back. Those Razor Leafs did so much damage to that poor Quagsire. I hope he doesn't lose this game, because that would be terrible. Dude, he goes for the Frenzy Plant bait and the opponent calls it. Are you kidding me? I think you can honestly farm down the Vic. They're not running Acid Spray. I think you just farm down the Vic. No, that's a CMP tie. Never mind. But I sincerely hope that this is a win. MikeDaniel, I'm going to continue to talk in this voice until this game is over. Do you hear me? You beat this person with this grass team. You son of a gun, you better win this game. Even though you hit legend in this set, so I'm pretty sure this is going to have to be something that you probably win. But I'm telling you right now, MikeDaniel, if you can hear me, you better listen anyway. Oh, that's enough. The grass is gone. That's enough. So can we get to the Mud Bomb to take out the Carbink with just enough HP to get to that Mud Bomb? MikeDaniel and his grass hole slaying team takes out the Carbink. That's going to be a good game. And is this going to secure the legend? It's a 3-1-1. Remember, we had a tie in the first game. 3,013 elo, taking MikeDaniel up to his first time at the legend rank, and that is an amazing feat, especially in such a climate where all the trainers that are playing have gotten so much better than they were, 5, even 10 seasons ago. And it's crazy to think that we've gone through whole 15 seasons of this GBL stuff, but I'm hoping that we're going to get some good move updates. If you're watching this today when it releases, we're all hoping that the news drops today. We got some leaks, and I'm only going to say it once because we're at the end of the video, and if you're here, then gosh darn it, I appreciate you, and you're probably here because you like me. But if you are interested in getting into the Patreon Discord, I do the, my kids would love me for that one. We go through the updates when they come out live on the same day, and then that's all before I make my video. We also have exclusive channel in the Discord that's basically a guide of what do I build, what do I prioritize for XLs, what do I want to have for these upcoming rotations. I go through all of that with my Discord, and it's all set out when the season starts. So if that's something that you're interested in, that's one of the many great perks that you can get from my Discord. And I've talked to you here long enough. If y'all would like to submit some battles to this to my channel for shoutcasting. I do this in one take. It's too late. If I screw up, that's all there is to it, all right? I do have a link in the description for submissions for the shoutcasting, and I'm also opening up my coaching as of September 1st to all the public. So if you've been waiting on getting in there, I appreciate y'all for patience. I was visiting my family last week, and I'm talking way too long in this outro, so we're just going to wrap it. But anyway, had a great week. GoFest was great. Family week was great, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Hopefully the next one's going to be the move updates and everything. So thank y'all. Bye-bye.